When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Look, Bumble knows you're exhausted by dating. All the, must not take yourself too seriously, and 6'1" since that matters, and what do I even say other than, hey? Well, that's why they're introducing an all-new Bumble, with exciting features to make compatibility easier, starting the chat better, and dating safer. They've changed, so you don't have to. Download the new Bumble now.
Well, Ben, it's not meant to go more than one stair. You got to bring the slinky down one stair at a time.
I'm talking about it's an evolution of the slinky.
But
because
you're
they
getting
say it's
arrogant.
only one stair. Hot
Hey,
dog.
guys.
What's up, Ron?
Hey, hi.
You look terrible.
I've got some bad news.
Oh, my God. I am so sorry for your loss. Condolences, Ron. Condolences.
Oh, my God. You are in my family's thoughts and prayers, and I'll tuck you in my heart of hearts.
No. The bad news is that we don't have a letter from a listener this week, but I do have a letter from me.
Adam, I am so sorry. This is going to suck. My condolences to you, buddy.
My thoughts and prayers to you for having to hear Ron's stupid letter.
Oh, my God. You are right. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're getting big, our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake. What the Grawlix is. We're getting big, our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake. What the Grawlix is. We're getting big, our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake. What the Grawlix is.
They say that all that glitters is gold, but if you look that saying up, it's actually from Shakespeare, and it's all that glitters is not gold. And that's just one additional reminder of how bad Smash Mouth is as a band. This is the Grawlix Saves the World. My name's Adam Caton Holland.
My name is Ben Roy.
And I'm Andrew Orvidal.
And this is a podcast about bettering your world, and we do it 1 week at a time. And I feel like if you've been listening to this from the start, your world's got to be significantly better at this point. Don't you think? Don't you think we've probably fixed...
We have fixed
1,000 people?
many things.
Adam, why did you go after Smash Mouth? Don't you feel bad that the guy is deceased now? I mean, he passed.
I mean, it's always sad when someone dies, but I don't like the man's output. I'm not going to... I don't think they were a good band just because he's dead. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to say? Oh, he died. You know what? I feel bad. What a great band. No, that band fucking sucked, whether that guy's alive or
shots fired.
That's just the truth.
Shots fired. And these are the
like
kinds of controversial hot takes you can expect from GSTW.
I'm not going to come on here and lie to these listeners. They come for the real fucking unvarnished truth from us.
Yeah.
So for me to just get up here and politic and be all PC and be like, actually, because the guy died, I really think we should celebrate his oeuvre or whatever the word is, or however you can say it.
You don't know it.
That would be dishonest.
You don't know that word.
That would be dishonest. And I don't know the word, and I don't speak French very well, but I try.
No, you're not even. I would argue you're not. You're not even trying.
Oeuvre. Oeuvre.
Oeuvre?
His entire oeuvre.
I was
their entire.
I was on
oeuvre.
a train going through France with my ex-wife and Milo. We were together at the time. This wasn't an ex-wife son trip.
One of those international trips with your ex-wife.
I kidnapped my ex-wife to France.
My ex-wife had so much trouble ordering one water because she couldn't wrap her head around that it was and she kept
water's hard.
Yeah, and so she kept going. So you're telling me to ask for one water? Just say
It's true.
Yeah.
How do you even spell water? It's like OEUF or something like that.
No, that's egg.
No, it's.
Oh, that's egg. Yeah, that's egg.
It's like EAU. I know it's
EAU. Yeah, it's EAU.
Thanks.
This is why most of France is dehydrated. Straight up. You go to any Latin American country and you say agua, everybody gets it.
Water.
They want you to drink water.
Water. Yeah.
Right. What
We're
are you even doing?
alienating French fans. Let's be honest. The French don't listen to us.
Yeah, I don't think we have even one French fan. We have fans all over the world, from Finland to Australia.
Canada, though,
Not
we have a lot of
peep from
Canadians, but I
France.
think we get mostly the Anglo side of it.
But this is what I'm saying about the French is that they're not making water easy to get over there. And I think a lot of people in France hearing that kind of truth, us speaking truth to power, would be like, come over here and fix the situation. And I'll try. I will
Revolution,
absolutely
dude.
fucking try.
You're going to invent a new French word for water?
Yes.
Wawa. How about wawa? I mean,
We're
it's
gonna
cute.
work on
It's
it.
like baby talk. Wawa.
It does sound French, too.
Wawa?
Un wawa. I promise you, if I ever go to France, I'll try that just
Un
once.
wawa.
I'll try it once. Garçon, un wawa.
Merci beaucoup. No.
Pardon.
Wawa.
Do wawa.
I think we've hit on it. So yeah, let's we're gonna try to book a French tour.
No, pardon. Toi. Toi,
And now the waiter's pretty pissed off because he's like, figure out how many waters you want.
Yeah, exactly.
S'il vous plaît. Yes. This is
This
fun.
is now straddling
say-
Sesame Street and a comedy riff. It's in both worlds.
Before we close the riff,
Yeah.
I want Ben to say, you know what, waiter? Bring us the amount of waters you think we should have. Like, how would you say that? Yeah.
Garçon, je suis pas content sur connaît sur son pas content. Je suis pas
Your French accent is like, it's like
And I
watching
feel like-
someone wield the language
If
with
you don't notice,
drunk
to people
nunchucks.
listening, I trailed into Tim Armstrong from Rancid for some reason. For a minute, it was said, "What that bad?" I have such a.
It also felt like you ordered sopapillas at the end. I'm not exactly sure.
It's not. This isn't problematic if we're insulting the French language, is it? I don't think so.
I think we're fine.
Again, we've established that
They can take it.
We're freeing the French from a life of dehydration.
Well, they're
There's
colonizers too. Let's not forget the French did. So we're punching up technically. I mean, that's
Okay.
Yeah, France
More
has had
speaking
it
truth
too
to power.
good for too long.
yeah.
So
truth to power.
I'm fine with it.
Fuck yes. 5, 6, wah wah. Pardon, s'il vous plaît.
I feel like we've done some important work today.
Yeah, we
I really
have.
do. I feel like out the gates, we did some very important work. And so it's probably time to do some more important work because, you know, if you're working hard and you're kicking ass, I think you
I'll
just
hit
keep
the
doing it,
red
right, guys?
button. Everybody, we're gonna have to.
We've got a listener
we gotta
letter.
raise the submersible producer studio from the depths of. Where is he now? Is he?
Producer Ron has a. We're raising him out of Segway Bay.
That's right.
As he has
so
a
much
listener
trash.
letter for us. We love our listener letters. If you can drop us a line about anything, but we especially love it if you need some advice from us because we now give competitively fueled advice, of which I am currently the champion of. No big deal. But if you'd like to keep giving us things to give advice on so I can keep winning, drop us a
Great,
line.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Producer Ron, how has the oil spill affected you in Segway Bay? Has it penetrated your producer shell, or are you all right?
I have 3 ducks inside of my pod
God.
right now. I'm trying to wash them, but I don't have any Dove soap.
All right. You are such a good guy, Ron, and we will do our best to get you some Dove soap down there as well as sponges.
Is it Dove? Is Dove
towels.
the
It's
one?
Dial. I think you're thinking of Dial. the
Dial
dish
soap?
soap.
That's going to dry out
Yeah.
their feathers. I don't believe you.
We'll
Well,
get some.
and-
We'll send some down. We'll send you soap.
I could use some soap for myself. I've been down there a while.
Yeah, we didn't see the USS. What would the ship that crashes in Segway Bay be called? That because it was filled with elbow grease, and so it would be the U.S.
Okay, terrible riff. Ron, what do you got for the letter?
Hey, we have a letter, fellas. We got a letter.
Guys. Riff with me. We're in.
No.
I
Not when
abandoned you. I was like, maybe I could think of a ship name, and I was like, no, let him. He's a big boy. He can think of a boat name by
I
himself.
lost it.
When you saw one set of footprints in the rift sand. That was when Andrew and I ran away from whatever
That's
it was
my
you were
joke
doing.
you're taking, you son of a bitch.
But that's how a riff works. Just
That's
grab
how riffs
whatever's
work.
there.
You steal. You just steal from stuff that's in
This
your
is a
database for
Krav
some
Maga
reason.
style of riffing where you
Exactly.
just pick up
a
whatever
thumb in
you
the
can.
eye, a knee in the balls,
it-
a punch up the butthole. What is it? Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes to get the riff done. Well, producer Ron,
This has been one of your best act ones. Can I just say this is
Shut
one of
up.
the first
you don't
acts
even
ever
fucking
done.
know anything. You've never listened to this podcast.
I have not, and it shows.
Maybe Ron needs some Wawa. Ron, you need a glass of Wawa.
Katwawa would be 4 kings. What are you saying?
What? No, I said
4 king?
No, I said cat. Deux, trois, quatre.
I know. 4 wa is king.
No, I was fucking kings. Oh, I see what you are saying.
All right. We
yes.
have a letter. I'm going to read this letter to you guys. Are you ready? Listen
tu
up.
bag, Zeus bag. You are Zeus bag. Okay.
Juice bag?
Okay.
Zeus bag.
Juice bag. All right.
Hey, wait.
That's a
Just
that's
shut
callback
up
to
for a
Act 4.
second. A little
I
bird.
wish we had some kind of soundproof sack we could put over Ben's head, but he could still breathe
So
through it.
Fucking stupid. You guys.
Can we put him in the producer pod for a little while? Put
Yeah,
him
dude.
underground?
Ben, get in there. Stuff him in there.
I don't like ducks.
I don't want him in with me. Can I trade seats for a few minutes? I don't want.
Oh, sorry, Ron. No, Andrew
sure.
and I will just do
Me
the pod.
and Ben and 3 ducks. That's going to be great. That's going to be just
Oh,
great.
Ron, no, sorry. No. Yeah,
Ben
Ben's
can
just
sit on
coming
your
in
lap like a
pod.
kid learning to
Ron.
drive. It's cute.
Hey, Ron. We're gonna eat
What,
these
Ben?
ducks. We're gonna eat these ducks, man.
Great. They're already oiled up.
A little duck told me that you have a letter from a listener, and that's why
I
we've
do.
raised you out of Segway Bay.
That's correct.
And what is? Are you excited? Is it? Give us a hint. Is this a good letter or is it crap?
I'll just read it. I'm just going to read the letter.
All right.
How about that?
Normally
All
you
right,
give
here
us
we
a
go.
hint
Are you
and
ready?
we
Here we
edit
go.
that
All right.
out. All right.
Here's the letter. Hey there, Grawlix boys. Here's the situation. In just the last few weeks, my coworker has had a heart attack. A dear friend's grandmother died. I've attended a memorial service for another dear friend's mother, and so much more. I'm a pretty talkative extrovert, but I'm terrible at knowing what to say in tragic situations. I'm not afraid to be earnest, but humor is my default mode, and I really hate using the cliche sayings like my sincerest condolences. You 3 are expert wordsmiths, so I need your help. What is the right thing to tell someone in a tragic situation? And could you come up with a new, improved replacement for I'm so sorry for your loss? Sincerely, producer Ron.
Wait a minute. What the fuck?
Oh, Ron.
Wait, Ron, this is a letter from you?
Yeah, I'm a fan. I do actually listen to the podcast.
You just said you haven't listened to any episodes.
I was going to cut that out of the production, but all right, I guess I'm going to leave it in since now you're talking about it. Thanks.
Wow.
Connect-
First of all, Ron, I'm sorry for your losses.
I'm sorry for
That's
your losses.
that's not what I want. I don't.
I'm sorry. I think specifically we were not supposed to say that.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
I'm looking for the replacement. Everybody faces tragedy sometimes, and I think we're always looking for the right thing to say. And I think the generic stuff that we usually say is really boring and lame. And I would love to come up with something new. And I think you are the 3 to do it.
Wow.
Ron.
Oh gosh. All right.
Okay, so it's sort of an advice, but it's also sort of a challenge.
Sure,
This is what I like
sure.
about this one. It's a draft up a new condolences.
Punch up to the generic condolence sayings. Yes, whatever you want.
All right.
Ron, you're right. We are the men for the job. We will come back in the second act, and we're going to talk about how to handle, trying to be there for somebody, trying to say the right thing during loss, and we will each come up
That's
with
a tough one. It's a tough
a
one.
sentence to replace "I'm sorry for your loss" because I do like the succinctness of that. So we'll give advice, and we'll also come up with like a sentence to say.
Yeah, and I think we should set some quick parameters before we go. You should not be able to say loss or condolences in our new version.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, cool. Let's this is heavy. Ron, you fucking ruined this whole thing. We went on a cool.
Yeah, we were like riffing
trashing
on, what's
French
a funny new
people.
word for water?
Yeah.
And then you came
If
in
you
and
guys can figure out a way to be funny and give someone condolences, I think that would be great. That's actually what I would prefer.
like a squirting plastic flower. Oh,
Yeah, like a whoopee cushion that says everybody dies, but like in a fart voice.
Yeah. Bring the whoopee cushion to the funeral. Who's farting in here? I mean, you're crushing. You're crushing a funeral.
Save it for the second act. Save it for the second act.
All right. We will be back. We got to take some time, pay some bills. If you're a Patreon supporter, you will not hear any ads. You'll just go right to the second half. If you are not, you will hear some ads, and they will be targeted to you. So think about what these ads have to say about you, and think about how you could change all that by supporting us on Patreon.
Patreon.com/Grawlix Saves. You know where it is.
And we will be back in the second act right after this break.
Stay tuned.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
We are back through the magic of podcasting. Mere minutes have elapsed, and they're the quietest minutes I can remember in Grawlix Saves the World history, as the three of us have just sat here thinking.
This is very difficult.
Hard.
This
I'm
is
still
very
when they experience death.
Difficult.
When a loved one dies, when somebody close to somebody dies, what to say to those people. Producer Ron has laid down the challenge of how do you handle that situation? What do you say besides "so sorry for your loss," which is the hacky cliche that we all say.
My condolences, those kind of things.
Right.
You see the same few lines trotted out, and if it was easy to come up with new ones, I think you'd see fresher sentiments for sure.
Especially on Facebook or something, where somebody posts about something tragic, and at least there you can just do the sad face, like what you know what I mean. But
yeah, the little crying emoji. It's like that. I feel like that conveys everything I wanted to say to you.
You know what I'll do? I'll make the angry face because I'm mad at God.
Just the injustice of the world,
good,
right?
Like real spite at our
God
maker.
on your behalf.
Yeah,
but I do the poop emoji because I'm like, what a load of shit that this world would hand you.
Yeah.
I do the crying, laughing emoji
fair.
because I'm laughing at the sadness of it all, at the cruelty of this world. At some point,
the absurdity of the world that would take away the person that I don't know who you
I
know.
also do the crossed
Or who
fingers
you
because I'm
knew.
hoping you meet someone new, and I'm wishing only good things for you.
Right. I sometimes do the wizard emoji, the one with the hat, because I hope some magic finds you later.
I'll sometimes do spinny eyes with my tongue sticking out emoji because, like, how do you even? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
And that's the hard part is, one, my condolences, or I'm sorry for your loss, or the whole spectrum of emojis are out there to convey how we feel about your family member dying. And so it's like, how can three of the best comics on this planet ever come up with something?
Yep.
But we did, thankfully. We both worked for collectively about 2 to 3 minutes. Well, Andrew never works. And then I wrote them down. Of course, I'm the only one with note cards.
Ben, I see once again you've come prepared with note cards.
Well, I always do. I have my pen and my note cards.
A lot of people don't know this, but Ben is currently on a high school speech team. He's on West High School speech team.
I've got a response.
They've got this ringer program where you can bring in a 40-something.
Yep, it's the ringer program.
I've got a response for that already on card 6.
Each team gets one ringer.
I've got a card for that. Fuck
is it?
you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, succinct.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right.
That's also a good thing to say when someone's loved one dies. You can just go, fuck you.
Hey, fuck you.
Wow.
You
Yeah,
just
put 'em
brought
on
my
their
day
heels.
down. You just brought
Yeah.
my day down.
Fuck
Well,
you. How dare you? Okay, well, I have to go last since I won last time. So which one of you two
I pick.
grief hounds are going to go first?
Adam goes first because I lost.
All right. Adam goes first.
Yep.
Okay.
Adam, what do you say when someone is grieving and you can't use the word loss or condolences?
You just go, God, I'm horny.
Well, that's kind of cool. That
Throw him for a loop?
so, like, why though? Like, why?
it has nothing to do with their situation, but you let them know, fuck, I'm horny. I'm horny.
That sucks. I'm going to have to erase one of my ideas off the card here. So,
And now I'll tell you
I
what,
like
they're
this
not thinking
proactive
about
approach.
death. They're
Adam.
not thinking about death.
Stealing bins.
They're
you're
not
just
thinking about
stealing
death.
mine. You know you're hacking mine, so I have nothing to say. That's why this is all gameplay. For those who would forget, we're doing competitive advice again here, and it's
And I stole
just
Ben's.
yeah. All right. Well, one of them. I have several other. Thankfully, I have a thesaurus for other words besides horny.
Okay.
For different. I've found.
Also, you have a
So-
database of sounds that I know you can make to convey it as well.
Oh, fuck.
I like you said database instead of one.
Yeah, but he auto-tunes it. He does it in different pitches. He's got a lot of ways he can deliver that. Yeah, he's done a number of sort of post-editing on that.
Okay.
No, I want to... I have to sound the earnestness horn early out the gates.
Yes.
Here it is.
Hey, Vern.
As everyone has experienced grief, I've experienced it firsthand. Losing my little sister is awful, tragic, worst thing fucking ever. And one thing that I know, as well as anyone who knows who's lost someone close to them, is that people really want to say something to you, and they're like really feeling horrible for you, and that they want to show you that they're like there and that they feel it and that they empathize. But the thing that those people don't realize is that's their one interaction with you, right? They say, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, Adam," and they're done, and their obligation feels met. Meanwhile, I have to feel that 10,000 times from everybody who wants to tell me how sad they are for me and how sad the situation is. And it's like often really after time 50, you're like, I don't want to fucking hear it anymore. You're almost mad. And it has nothing to do with the other people, but it's just like, I'm devastated. And now I have to tend to the societal obligation of saying thank you for you telling me, and it's coming in on your text, and it's coming in your messages, and it's coming in person, and it's just like overwhelming when sometimes you just don't want to be in the grief, right? Just because that person happened to see me for the first time since that event happened.
Yeah.
And so it's important to remember this person is overwhelmed with condolences and sympathy. So sometimes it's all right, I think, to not say anything for a while, or to not have to do it fresh. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot to send them a birthday gift within 2 days of their birthday. You know, it's like this, it's not this clock. So maybe a couple of weeks later, reach out. And reach out in a way that could be like a card or a gift or food, you know, or a present on a porch. And it's almost in a way that's like, I don't have to have this interaction with you because I'm living in an inescapable grief. So I really don't need another grief experience with you right now.
Right. You know, those of us closest to you watched everything and that you went through and, you know, lived parallel while you were going through that. And were there any interactions with people that stood out as the thing that was powerful that somebody said, and anything that sticks out to you?
I mean, there's a number of things. I remember when the funeral started, when we got to planning the funeral, a number of people would be like, I can't, you know, friends wanting to fly out and sort of telling me they couldn't make it, or is it, and I was just like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. And these are dear friends from like college and shit who live across the country and are like devastated for me and are trying to be like, I'm, you know, texting me like, I'm trying to scramble things around, but I'm not sure if I can come or whatever. And that's so nice of them. But it was just like, I don't fucking care if you're here or not. It's not gonna change a thing for me. I'm miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if anything, that's just adding stress into your already insanely stressful load
And
of
I
like,
remember having to be like, dude, it's fucking so okay. Don't worry about it. And it's just like, I don't want to have to like do this for you. But I totally understand where they're coming from. And I would be feeling the same feeling if it was a reverse situation. So I'm not like mad, but I just remember thinking like, do you think I care who's at this funeral, man? Like I care who's not here, and it's my sister. And that's like the only fucking thing I care about.
Totally.
But I remember, I mean, honestly, people that behaved like Ben, you were incredible because you were just like there, you know? And I remember Ben took me to get a tattoo. I just reached out to Ben and I was like, I want to get a tattoo of her initials. And Ben's like, got it. And he's like, booked the place, took me, and was just there. And it was fucking beautiful. So that you handled it perfectly. And everybody should be lucky enough to have a Ben because he's a very good, he just empathizes very strongly and he's a good listener. And so like Ben was never like I always try to solve shit. I'm always like, well, here's this and here's that and here's this. Like, let me fix your problem. Ben's very good at just like being there without trying to fix. So that was huge.
That means a lot because going through, I didn't know what to say to you, man. So yeah, that means a lot because I truly was like at a loss.
Yeah.
I didn't know, I didn't know what to say. It's really hard to watch somebody. I obviously care about you, Adam, immensely. And watching you go through that level of hurt was you don't want to see people go through that. That means
no. And I know, yeah, man, it meant the world. And I know you have had to deal with that recently again. And it's just like awful, but I'm telling you, Ben did it the best in terms of just like, I'm here. And also I feel like just making himself available. Like, no, I cannot remember the details of like, and then Ben texted me and then Andrew texted me. I don't remember, but I just remember feeling like Ben he would just be there, not trying to offer any advice. And I also remember some other friends, Darren and Monty, like very good friends I grew up with, just like taking me out one night and being like, let's go get drunk. Like, you're going to have to get back out into society. And I just remember like both of them had no fucking idea what to say, but they just let me like rant all night long. And I just remember I was like, and I wasn't even talking about Lydia or anything. I was just like really delusionally. I remember telling them like, I think I'm really going to write like a high school screenplay because I just want to like escape to a place that's not this place. And I'm going to write about high school and like being happy and shit. Ooh, it's going to make me cry. And so I was just like going on and on about like how I had this idea for a screenplay and I was going to spend time doing that. And that was going to be like how I would get through this. And they were just like nodding and listening like all night long as I like laid out this delusional screenplay plot to go like escape into. And that was just like,
and then we sold the television show. So it wasn't that delusional.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't what we sold. Yeah. And then 2 weeks later we sold a TV show. So bury yourself in a project. So all that to say, I mean, that's making me all cry, but I guess the takeaway for me is that it doesn't really matter what people say to you. And oftentimes the most profound thing was the people who were just there listening. So more specifically to Ron's question, what do you say to these people in those moments? Two-pronged advice. You're under no obligation to do it right then and there because their grief is lasting and maybe they're able to handle it better a month down the road. And I remember specifically with the situation I was referring to about Ben's dear friend recently experienced a great loss. I know that person as well. And I waited a couple weeks and just texted that person. And I guess this is my advice. I texted him, love you, bud. And that's it. Instead of, I'm so sorry for your loss or my condolences, mine would be, love you, bud. And if you don't feel comfortable saying, hey, I love you, because maybe it's like a woman or something and it's a little weird, just be like, I just want you to know what a good friend you are. Like you're just the best friend. And just give them that love that's sort of clearly about the death, but not specifically addressing the death. So that's my advice. Love you, bud. Just want to tell you what a good friend you are.
Damn. All right. Fuck. All right. We need to.
Earnestness horn over. Sound the fart cannons.
Please, my throat is dry.
Wawa unda twa cat wawa.
Unda twa cat wawa.
Pola om.
Hey guys, hold on a second. Let us just. We're just stretching the muscles again.
Do pour la
Pussy,
homme avec
pussy,
la bibliothèque école
pussy.
militaire.
I'm horny.
La guerre.
All right, we're
Musée.
recalibrated.
We're
No.
we can clearly handle emotional weight really healthily, and
Well, I just think we had to.
3 minutes of serious talk.
Où est le métro à Versailles? Où est le métro à Provence?
Pee-pee, poo-poo, pee-pee, poo-poo. Tears just streaming down my face. Pee-pee, poo-poo.
Oh God! All right, well,
Insane.
Oh boy! Somebody lock us up. We're
Insane.
done.
I'm gonna go.
All right. Benjamin, your time starts now.
Well, mine. I tried to create just kind of a blank thing that you could.
Oh, like a Mad Libs?
Yeah, it's sort of a versatile thing. You know what I
And
mean?
remember, I'm horny is off the table.
Yeah, I know because what I do is when somebody's like, oh, I never wanted to post this. My, so and so passed away last night. I want to leave a video that says those things, but like with a horny voice. With my sex whining, which is something that makes people laugh, but it also gets the information like, oh, fuck, that has to hurt, or something like that. What the fuck? Oh, fuck, I'm so fucking sorry.
But again, horniness has been removed as an option for you as an answer here today.
I know. And so I created just basically, well, let's say it's a parent, just something quick, succinct, something like this, like bum about your mother. and of course,
and it rhymes. It rhymes.
Yeah, and you can put this as a blank line at the bottom, so you could. It doesn't have to be your mother, obviously. Like, hey, bum about your coworker.
It's a real northeastern sentiment.
I mean, that's honestly pretty good. Bummer about your mother.
I like bum about your mother, even if it is not their mother that passed away. It's just kind of, we say that, bum about your mother.
You know, it's a good one that I just thought of that could fit in right there too is oof, glad it wasn't me.
There you go.
Put that on his shirt. Oof, I'm glad that wasn't me.
Glad it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Because I think that does. We're all afraid of dying. That's what this is all about. It's the fear of death. So
you know
just
those
lean into
shirts
it. Oof, glad it wasn't me.
Those shirts that are like memorial shirts with like the person's face on it. And like,
they're like airbrushed. You get them at the mall.
Yeah.
There's something that's so deeply sad about those, just seeing them.
But I've always wanted to show up to a funeral in one of those for a person that I wasn't all that close to. Like, you're clearly just going for support.
If one of my friends, if one of you two had gotten a fucking RIP like airbrushed Lydia Mall shirt and given it to me, Lydia, I would have laughed so fucking hard, and Lydia would have laughed so fucking hard if you had pulled off a parking lot. Fucking, oh my God, that would have been so funny.
But sounding the earnestness horn as well. It's going to come out in this episode. I'm not going to beat what Adam said. And in fact, the top thing on mine says, just, I love you. And I'm proud to call you my friend. That was, watching people pass away or having friends close pass away and people expressing condolences. Adam hit the nail on the head. It doesn't make a difference. I didn't care if you said anything, and
can I say one thing to that?
Yeah.
Nor did I keep a tally.
Yeah.
Of who didn't say that.
Who did or didn't.
Can't believe this person didn't reach out. I didn't. None of that
I
was
didn't
in
give
my
a
brain
shit
at all.
about any of that. And
so I want listeners to hear that, where it's like they're not sitting there wondering why you haven't reached out. You know what I mean? It's they got huger things going on.
Yeah. I think I'm not gonna be able to offer any more insight. I just full out am copying what Adam had said. I choose to tell people. I just say I love you and I'm proud to call you my friend. I'm happy you're still here. Sometimes I say that, like, I'm happy you're here with us. That's the only thing that I can say. But usually if it's somebody close to me, I just try to make sure through my presence that they're aware that like I'm here if they need anything, like, you know. And I think that oftentimes for me, when I've been feeling sad about a friend or somebody close that has passed away, that's the thing that makes me. And I've noticed going through this with this, I mean, people who listen know it was the guitarist from Spells whose wife had passed away recently, very suddenly. There was nothing that we could have said. What I found was talking about things that I know he liked, just having general conversations about music or just about life in general. Seemed to take him out of that moment, but
there's still a person. Their interests are still the same. They're swallowed by grief, but they are still a person. And in a lot of ways, they're dying to even see a glimpse of that. They can start thinking about other things and kind of resume a normalcy. And so, just being a normal friend for them is like everything. And they'll talk to you about it if they want to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's mine. I mean, I don't want to trail it on any longer. Producer Ron, I think you are one of those people. I believe that you're one of those people that is a stalwart friend, is somebody you can count on when shit hits the fan. And I think your presence is very comforting to people. And I think that's your greatest asset for someone else's grief is just they turn and they look and you're there. Sometimes it's the dark. For me, when I was really down and depressed or sad or something like that had happened, just being able to look over and be like, okay, someone is still there. You know what I mean? I'm not because you can feel totally fucking isolated in the middle of your grief. So that's mine. Andrew, what do you got? And try to make it funny because wow, this one is a real fucking pressure suck. You know, I mean, if I wish that I was
it's
horny.
Tough.
I should have said
tough.
That's a better thing to say. Don't say, "Oh, I'm horny." Be like, "Oh, I was horny."
Yeah,
now you're not horny anymore.
You ruined
my
insane.
horny. What would you have done, Adam? Truthfully, if I had said, "You ruined my horny,"
I would have lost my mind. I would have laughed so hard. Yeah. It would have been great.
Know your audience, listeners.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to take a lot of friendship credits to cash that check.
I was.
Try that out on your coworker.
I was horny.
Thanks. I was so
it's
horny.
Such a fucked up, offensive thing to say. That's insane. Right. I mean, yeah, I'm like Ben. Sometimes, you don't know everyone's situation. You don't know all the time of the specifics of what happened, why they died. I'd like sometimes just a single word can convey your intentions. I like to respond. You just say like just horny. No, I just respond vaxxed ? And that just lets them. That way it lets them know that you're considering what could have happened to them why they died. But
Vax ? Vax? Dude, that's so quick, so easy.
And it lets them know I'm thinking about this, okay?
And if
I'm thinking about this, and
if you don't want to write it, just use the little syringe emoji with a question mark.
3 syringes and a question mark. Jabbed, you get the jab. In all seriousness, I can tell you my advice. Okay, I was going to say what Adam said. Also, I think that is a great thing to say if you're comfortable with saying it. Is just letting the person know, hey, I love you. I'm here for you. It could be such a isolating or even self-isolating time. You are loved. You are a person who is loved in my world, and I want you to know that. So I think that is a great thing to say. Some advice I would give you, something specific not to say, and it's something that I catch myself saying all the time, is I'm so sorry to hear that. I'll say that to people, And it's such a sociopathic response to that. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's like, what are you actually saying? Like,
well, especially because you're pretty much deaf. You can't hear at all.
yeah, exactly.
So,
and this listener, this is why we have the earnestness horn, is because you'll just be traipsing along, relating a point, and you just get shot in the neck.
I think what you were trying to say is, I'm so sorry I can't hear that.
Yeah, well, I have a disability application in for my hearing, and you're going to be so sorry. You're going to be so sorry when that gets fucking stamped,
when it
okay?
goes through, I'll pull
like,
back.
It's like
But
throwing a
until
rock
that
at
day-
somebody who just parked in handicap parking and got out of their car. That's what
you
it
get
is.
The placard, you get the placard on your car, and I'll respect your parking spot. Until then, we're fighting for the same fucking piece of territory, bro.
I love when that application clears, I'll pull back is my favorite.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Well, given the way our health system works, you've got a lot of time, Adam. No rush.
Andrew, I want to scratch Andrew's back once. Earnestness horn. Oh, there it is again. There's so many of them.
Wow,
It's a foggy day in Segway Bay. That's why.
It's rush hour. It's rush hour in
and
Rift
we
City.
don't
The
want-
earnestness horns on all the highways.
We don't want the USS Impulsivity to have another crash. You know what
That's
I
what
mean?
it is.
There it is. It only took 48 minutes, but I knew we'd get the name of that ship.
But the earnestness horn, Andrew, before you give yours or your genuine one, you do also an amazing job. Andrew never has offered me condolences, and I don't mean this in a mean way. It sounds terrible. What Andrew does, though, is he talks about the situation. Like, he'll be like, holy shit, I just heard what happened. We'll have a conversation. And then he leaves it there. And then usually I inevitably, hey, bud, you want to come over, like play some games, hang out? Do you want to like, hey, we could go run. It's always something insane. We could go run around the yard and shoot Nerf guns at what, like, there's always something insane. Because I think, Andrew, you are in tune enough and astute enough and intelligent enough to know that sometimes just taking your fucking mind off of grief is a welcome thing. You know, you're like, hey, I'm just here if you want to come and sit down and just BS about stuff and just hang out. For
sure. Yeah, I think that's part of it. If you're that comfortable with the person, like, hey, my door's always open. I've told you that, Ben. I'm like, hey, I'll tell you where the key's hidden.
Yeah.
You want to come in and you want to lay on my couch and watch TV, come over right now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just letting people know. And I think that is helpful. Just to, again, it lets the person know that they're not alone.
I saw a smirk cross Adam's face. And then he realized that the earnestness horn that was still
he was up there. He's like, ooh, one more shot, perhaps? One more.
I just saw his mouth corner go up, and he was licking,
he's aiming
but
his
he's
bow.
just aiming, and he's like, I can't. Goddamn Geneva Convention.
Seriously.
I was waiting. But yeah, letting them know you're there for them. I mean, I don't know if this is like twisting what producer Ron is asking for, but something I am good at when it comes to grief condolences is like pet grief. When people lose a pet, for some reason, I'm much better at that, probably because I'm socially awkward with people, but I am very socially comfortable with animals and dogs. But when people lose a pet, I'm very good at telling them, like, what a great adventure you had with your dog. What a great chapter in that dog's life that they got to have with you. Like, whatever their story was, they got to end it with you. They got a great, happy ending. And I can tell by this tribute, and I can tell by your pictures, and I can tell by the love you have for them that what you had with this dog was great. And there's so many dogs out there that don't get these great situations and these great happy endings. So, I just kind of stress that positive of them. Like, it is sad, but I am happy that you two had that time together. Like, that makes me happy.
That's beautiful. I think that would work for people as well.
I think that would work for people. If they were lucky to have you as a friend.
Yeah.
Or you were lucky.
Exactly.
You two were lucky that you had each other.
It's so great that you two.
Because that's a beautiful one because it's like a compliment
Had
of
each
that
other.
person
Yeah.
who's suffering.
Yeah.
You know?
So,
right.
yeah, I guess if I had my takeaway for advice, it would be to, I guess it's twofold, but I have to pick one.
No, you don't.
Oh, I don't? Okay. Well, then my two would be, let them know that you're there for them, and then highlight the positives of their relationship as you've seen it.
Yeah.
They're sharing with you that this tragic thing has happened, so you can share back the positive that you see about that.
Whoa. All right. Damn. Heavy one. Thanks, Ron. Fucking ruined this episode. This is a comedy podcast.
Yeah,
Just
really
one
did.
more real quick emotional stretch. Fart. Yeah. Okay.
Je suis fatigué. Je suis fatigué.
There it is. I'm feeling loose again,
All
guys.
right, it's voting time.
All right. Well, let's vote. Who gave the best advice?
Let's vote.
Adam, you're going to vote first. I get to pick that because I am the evergreen loser in this. Adam, what do you think here? What's your vote? Cast your vote.
I'm going to vote for you, just to change it up. I'm voting for Ben. Mainly because it was my exact advice.
Yes.
So I'm voting for my advice.
And I love this. God, I love this way you play the game. You usually vote for
Yes.
me because it's a vote for Adam.
For me. So both on I'm horny and I love you.
Yes.
Those are
Dude, we just wrote it right there. I'm horny and I love you.
You just get that text from someone. I'm horny and I love you.
Right. Bum about your mother.
You up? You up after that?
They're clearly they're posting they're in the hospital at 4 a.m. because a family member died. You up?
You up with grief? No, sorry, that's what I meant. You up with grief?
Oh God. All right, I'll vote.
Oh my God.
I'm going to vote for Adam. I think mostly because that's closest in line to what I say as well, and we're always just waiting to vote for ourselves.
Yeah.
And in life and in general election. So
thank God we have leaders that reflect that as a
Andrew, your vote.
Gosh, it's tough.
We got one for
it's tough.
Adam,
one for both
me.
of you, and you did say the same thing. But you know what? I'm going to vote for Ben, and it's specifically so that both of you only have one win, and I still have two. So, congrats, Ben, on your win.
Wow, truly petty.
I'm playing for the top of the division. I don't give a shit who gave the better advice. Are you kidding me?
Wow, there is gameplay.
After everything I went through, the genuineness, the earnestness, horns, the gameplay at the end defeats all true
Yeah, I'm a
advice.
piece of shit, dude.
I took home my first W, y'all. Honestly, I don't care. I'll take a W. A W is a W. I don't even care.
Wow, this is wild. The standings
Guys,
are crazy.
what's it feel like to be down on the ground looking up my kilt?
But there's some kind of Highland Games. You've like knocked us down with a log.
Yeah, and I'm now.
No, he's one of those sexy movers, and he's up the ladder, and you're the men that move in kilts or something like that.
If we don't have you up grief shirts,
You up with
Or-
grief?
You up dot,
with
dot, dot,
grief?
with grief? Question mark.
Imagine getting that card. Your Nana died. You get a card from a friend. You up? It's got Garfield on the front. You up with grief?
with grief.
Yeah, you up on the front. Open the card
Open
with
the card
grief,
with grief.
and then handwrite. I'm horny. I love you. Whatever your name is.
And if-
that's the perfect way to. That's the answer, Ron.
And if
you up card with grief. I'm horny. I love you.
and I love you.
And hey, if
they're
nothing
gonna
else,
laugh.
that person's no longer in your life anymore. That's one less bad news
Yeah.
bear you've got coming around because they're never going to talk to you again.
Well, what an episode. Another satisfied Grawlix Saves the World customer and another t-shirt.
Thanks for the great question, Ron. We hope that helped.
I'm sure.
And Ron,
In some way.
also, let's all go around and just, say it. Let's say it. I'm Ron. I love you, and I'm horny. And I know you've been going through a tough time.
Ronald, I value you as a friend, and I'm horny.
Ron, I want you to know I'm here for you. I can tell you where my key is hidden, and you can come over anytime, and I'm horny.
Hey, you know what we discovered? You can write whatever you want. Just end it with, and I'm horny. And my condolences. You can even go back to the old standby.
My horny condolences.
You can just put it on. My horny. I do want a shirt that just says my horny condolences on it.
All right.
Well, we've done it, boys. We've solved the death riddle.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break and let's get rid of all this seriousness with some stand-up comedy. And oh my God, what a treat! This next comic we're going to play a clip of here was just on the Grawlix live show recently. Crushed it. Close friend of ours. We love this person. Everybody enjoy this clip from Matt Knutson. And when we return, third actors, you're on deck. The best third act in the biz. More show. Good news. Next episode's challenge. Stay tuned. Holy shit. I am horny.
I'm horny.
I'm not. You two got me fucking softer than a fucking overcooked noodle.
And I'm the one, I get shit from my segue bit.
At least I finished it. At least I finished the riff, dude. I didn't abandon it.
He finished it.
Nothing sadder than an abandoned riff just roiling in the waves of segue.
Especially when you tee it up with a title like USS or like, oh yeah, call me Doctor.
Just bail.
Just an empty riff dinghy, just lonely out there. The bell on its bow.
The USS.
Stay tuned.
I am Matt Knutson. Knutson is Danish. A lot of people think I'm Irish, because I have freckles and a real drinking problem. But no, Knutson is Danish. I'm not full Dane. I'm Danish. So, I actually come from a long line of conservative Scandinavians. How conservative? I'll say this. It's getting kind of late is actually on my family crest. We should probably wrap it up. Right? But being a Midwest Scandinavian, I've never been to therapy, so I assume everything is fine. Scandinavians don't go to therapy. It is not our kettle of lutefisk. Only here could lutefisk get a smattering of applause, and I appreciate that. Like, woo, we mentioned a thing I hate. Yeah. No, we don't go to therapy. Scandinavians go to therapy the way God intended. We have a heart attack. We just take all of our feelings and push them down into our heart until it stops. No. And it's not like we never talk about our feelings, but when things don't go our way, we say things like, oh, gosh darn it. In an empty room with our face in a pillow. Oh, gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Yeah.
Third act time. Sound the alarm. Thank you, everyone. Nice to see you
Third
here.
act. Thank you all so much. The third actors are
Your third act alarm was like the heavens parting a little
third
bit.
act. And
Hell yeah.
hey, listen, you third actors, I don't know what you do during that first 50 minutes or an hour.
Nope.
I have where do they go? Where do third actors live?
A lot of them are chiming in. Some of them tell me that they do work for like they keep it kind of a low hum in the background. They hear, it's the volume's down, but they know when it used to the third arm alarm or the third act alarm to come back in.
My third arm alarm that's a much different thing.
That's a different one.
That's
a different one.
Yeah. That's how that one goes. So
that's the third arm alarm.
Third arm alarm. Yeah.
Please get that merch at our live show. We do have third arm alarm merch, skirts, sweatshirts, and beanies at this point. But we're thinking about thermoses and slap bracelets. I want to offer my
do not
sincere
slap a bracelet
condolences.
around your third arm. We are not responsible for any damage that happens.
The slap bracelets are for forearms, not for third arms.
Any damage done at that's on you. Anyway, what were you going to say, Adam?
No, Ben, I was getting somewhere. I want to say my sincere condolences and thoughts and prayers to Ron Doyle for proposing this whole episode.
You are being thought of. You are cared about, and I love you, Ron. And I'm so sorry.
And we're here for you. We're here for you, and keep God in your heart.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that was really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, what an episode. We had a lot of fun. We laughed. We made jokes. We cried a little bit.
Cried. We
yeah.
did. We had the whole gamut.
And I think the only way to cleanse a palate off that is our segment. Finally, some good fucking news, right?
Yeah, sure.
And I'm unsure, though, whether or not this falls under good news, but I'm going to bring it.
What is it?
Well, I mean, Andrew's not here again. And so it feels like this is the third time, I believe, that he has not been here for a set of outros. I'm sort of pushing the limit as to whether or not we should start being concerned.
I agree with you because week 1, week 2, Andrew wasn't here. Hey, undeniably good fucking news. You and I can just riff like the boys. None of his whining gets in the way. And it's fun. It's succinct. It's to the point. But now there is a sort of fear of like, where is the guy?
I don't know.
How is the guy?
I don't know where he is. I don't know where he's going. I don't know where he's been. It's all strange, and but I think we're still at 51.
It's tipping.
It's like 51, 52%, right?
Good news, and then the other chunk,
and I don't know what that number is. I'm not even going to try to do the math out on that one.
You kidding me? No way. I have an app on my phone, but it says it needs to be updated to even operate it. So I'm not going to do that.
Then I think that's fine. That's some good news. Andrew isn't here again. So finally, some good fucking news.
Little bit of icing on the cake of that good news. I do hear Andrew will be back for the outro credits next episode. So that has fully tipped it into good news. Good news, Andrew's not here today. And starting to be good news, he'll be back. Well, that's
fun.
You know what I mean?
That's fun. All right. Well, we nailed that one.
But he's not here, so you got to do a new plug song, Ben.
Oh, my God. I've been changing them up.
What about a ska plug?
Oh, wait. Oh, I don't know why I started there. I was warming up my plugs trumpet.
Yeah, sure. Pick it up, 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 pick it up.
There it is. That's it.
Plug it up, plug it up, plug it up.
You do it. Adam, you just did it. I'll do the trumpet, and then you do that. So here we go. Here it is.
Plug it up, plug it up, plug it up. Yes, a plug time.
Oh, I don't think you should do the Rasta
Yes,
thing.
the plug time.
No. Bumba plug.
Bumba plug? Yeah. Ben, what the fuck do you have going on?
To everybody listening, as this episode comes out, I will be headlining Comedy Works South this coming Thursday, June 13th. That is the South Club. You heard me, South Club in Greenwood Village, not the Denver Club. You can get your tickets right now at comedyworks.com. Come down and see me. I'm going to talk at you. We're going to talk together. We're going to connect. Adam, what do you got coming up here?
I personally can't go to your show because June 13th, I am participating in a contest where I have to touch a car for as long as possible. And if I beat everybody out, I win the car. So I have all of June 13th.
Toyota-thon. You don't have
that.
to explain that. That's my favorite time of year is Toyota-thon. So
everyone go to Ben's show, but I will be trying to win a Toyota. June 19th, however, I'll probably be in my new Toyota that I drove to Los Angeles to perform my one-man show, Happy Place, at Dynasty Typewriter. I'm so excited. It's taking great shape. Come out and see it. I really want to fill that place up. So if you're in LA or in the area, please come to my one-man show.
Can I lay you
Dynasty
in?
Typewriter.
You all, this person is not going to be on the show, but they're going to be in attendance. Do you know who it is? Someone famous. That's me. I'll be there. So if you want to come and say hi to me in the crowd and meet a star, you can also come by. That's a second reason, Adam, to come to the show.
I couldn't agree more. Come watch my show. I've worked hard on it, and Ben will be in the lobby meeting and greeting.
Yep.
There for the people.
Yep. Kissing babies, shaking hands. Andrew.
Apparently, dead robot Andrew Orvidal recorded another spot. So, play this bullshit.
I hate these.
Hey, it's Andrew. I have some quick plugs. June 16th, I'm going to be headlining the Downtown Comedy Works. Come see me headline my home club. June 19th, I'm hosting the Narrator Storytelling Show at the Bumport Theater. It's going to be a great show. And then June 21st, I will also be at the Bumport Theater doing their new show, The Enthusiasts. So come out. Come see me at one of these 3 shows. Or hey, all 3. Come out and do all 3. Thanks.
That was that.
That was about
Support
enough of
Andrew,
that.
Go to his show. As always, we have our live show coming up this June 29th.
Holy fuck, this lineup.
Ahmed Barucha is headlining the Grawlix this month. He's so funny. Our good friend Brian Cook will be on the show, and Morgan Gallo, who's hilarious, and a local crusher who's kind of blowing up all over the place, will also be on the show. That's June 29th at the world-famous UNESCO Heritage Site, Bug Theater. Get tickets now in the show notes and come see us.
Watch this, Adam. Watch this.
I'm watching.
As always, thank you to producer Ron Doyle. Thank you to Mike Henderson for your help recording our live show. Theme music brought to you by the Charlie Continental. You can follow us on social media at Grawlix Comedy. Support us and get ad-free episode, Boy Crazy, and all kinds of other perks on our Patreon page, patreon.com/Grawlix Saves. Boom.
And see, that was not the fastest, but that may have been the best.
It was
for real.
clean.
Like it was very fast. It was very clean. You hit all the points.
Yep.
Most importantly, that Patreon. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Patreon. Listen, I don't think we talk to people enough about how important the Patreon is to us.
I got to say this. I meant to say this in the credits. I was just in Minneapolis. Several Grawlix Patreon people came up and said what's up to me, and they're the best fan. One guy had bought my book. He wanted me to sign it. Another woman, Molly, drove from Madison, Wisconsin to Minneapolis just for the show. Molly ruled. Thank you for coming. We love our Patreon people, and it's very cool to see you at live shows. So thank you for the support on Patreon, and thank you for coming out to our shows. It absolutely rules, and we love meeting.
I can't say it enough. Every time people coming up. I had somebody at a show this weekend go, "You're set. Finally, some good fucking news." And I was like, "Oh man, that makes me so happy." So
me too.
It's really fucking cool. So thank you all. I think next episode we got some summer sillies coming around. We're gonna get a little silly on this episode.
Let's get flirty too. Silly and flirty.
You
want
to get flirty?
Yeah. I want to get flirty. I'm going to be flirty on next episode with you guys. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm bringing the flirty energy because it's summer and I'm feeling it.
I don't know. I don't think I want to know what that
Shut
is.
up. You look great.
Play us
Shut
out,
up.
Charlie.
You look good, Ben.
No, dude. I don't.
You're looking good, girl.
It's just gross. That's flirty for you.
Girl.